She had a smile that would just warm you no matter what your mood was.
What do I think about Connie Lieber? I think that Connie Lieber stands with the giants in mental health.
My mom passed away, as we know, and it still hasn't dawned on me fully what the impact of her life will be. I think we're going to find that out over time.
We've lost a great humanitarian, a great leader, and just an extraordinary person.
She's made a huge difference in bringing the best and the brightest into the field.
They made the difference in private support for psychiatric research.
My whole goal was to propel the research at NARSAD, and that was it. Where I want to focus, and still will continue to focus on this until we find the causes and the best treatment for the disease.
She was involved because we had a daughter with psychiatric disability.
My daughter had been diagnosed with schizophrenia in the late 1970s, and she hated the medication. She would say the medications that she took were almost worse than the disease. We were looking for answers. We wanted to know what caused the illness and what could be done to help her.
20% of the world suffers from psychiatric illness. The United States has 300 million people. That means 60 million people. What they did was they wanted an organization would be focused on this.
We heard a new organization was being formed, and the organization was NARSAD.
I realized very quickly that they were not talking about just doing something here. They were talking about doing something for the world.
Connie has been crucial to the success of BBRF. We wouldn't exist without Connie, along with Steve. Her leadership, her vision for the importance of research, for the importance of private philanthropy to support research is crucial to the foundation.
I went on the board of NARSAD in 1986, and ever since then I've been working towards funding research.
The idea was to support people who were excellent researchers, wherever they are, with whatever background, who had a chance at providing us with some additional information about psychiatric illness.
Connie realized that the future is science, the hope is science, and that lives will be improved because of scientific discoveries. And she also realized that the best people to decide where to go with the science are the scientists.
NARSAD and the Brain and Behavior Research Foundation and Connie and Steve Lieber were the enablers to help people like me, my colleagues, the entire community imagine a path forward.
It allowed us to do studies that no one in their right mind would fund. I mean, they funded me to follow up children who had been depressed, and we showed that depression in childhood and adolescence often predicts adult depression.
She really established the whole notion of young investigators and of really recruiting the best and the brightest into the field.
When it wasn't clear that there would be support, when it wasn't clear where the rewards were, particularly to young scientists, she gave them the feeling that she had their backs, that she was going to help them make it.
Their interest in helping the young investigators boiled down to almost a parental kind of interest, that when you were part of NARSAD, you were joining a family.
She made me feel that I could do better and that I was on the right track and I should just keep going. You know, when I think about Connie, I always immediately think about Steve, and I think about them as partners in life, in science.
The reality is, she wouldn't have been able to do this on her own. He wouldn't have been able to do it on her own.
We met at Macy's liquor store. I got a temporary Christmas job with Macy's. And she was the assistant to the director of marketing for the liquor store at that point. I was a guy who walked around with a white flower and told the salesman when to go to lunch. And I met her that way. The rest is history.
What should be written about her is she fostered the attempt to conquer the disease. She supported and catalyzed the work of countless doctors, physicians, researchers. She really made the effort an effort of consequence, and certainly within the mental health field at the minimum.
And I think within 25 years, we're going to see, if not cures, real treatments that are completely different than we have now. But she would have loved to have been around and to have seen the full fruition of what she brought. But I think she sort of knew what she had brought.
Brain science is now our greatest frontier, and that has the most exciting possibilities to explain to everybody how we behave, how we think, and how we function.
There's a profound feeling in the mental illness research scientific community that we have lost not just a benefactor, but we've lost inspiration.
We've lost great insight, dynamism, and a lovely charm. And our vision marches on, I think, in a very exciting way.
The answers will come one of these days.
Connie Lieber produced a spark in psychiatric research that didn't exist before.